if you're like majority of e-commerce store owners, you probably believe in this lie that free shipping is going to be the reason why your e-commerce brand has a higher conversion rate and thus is more successful than an e-commerce brand that actually charges for shipping. And unfortunately, if you're one of these people that actually believes it, you're in for a very big surprise. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to personally be part of this group of e-commerce store owners, and I too used to believe that free shipping was the way to go. So what I would initially do is I would just offer free shipping for every single product and every single order that I got on my e-commerce brand, regardless of what city that order came from, regardless of even, in some cases, what country the order came from. Because let's be honest, I wanted to kind of explode my e-commerce brand. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? And as a result, I wanted as many orders as I could possibly get and that I could possibly fulfill. So this naturally meant I was constantly offering free shipping to everybody, and as a result, I was definitely enjoying a lot of orders and sales overall when it came to free shipping. However, after being in business for quite some time, especially with Google Ads, I started to notice that my ad costs were going through the roof. And literally, it was not because of what my strategies were or anything like that. I mean, if we look at my screen right here, look into this ad account, which is, by the way, one of my major ad accounts for my e-commerce brands. But we can see exactly how the trend overall has looked like for this e-commerce brand when it comes to the ROAS. So in total, since the fourth quarter of 2019, this e-commerce brand has spent roughly $384,093.33 to get back about $2 million. This number is not fully accurate. To get back about $2 million or so. I've made a video on this e-commerce brand, which you can check out on my YouTube channel, but overall running at approximately a 5x ROAS consistently. But if we look at now what happened during this time period, we can see that things were looking good until second quarter of 2020. Then third quarter of 2020 came about and my ROAS dropped to a 3.49, and my overall conversion value just for that quarter alone was much lower than the second quarter, which was about $358,000. And ever since then, it has been sort of this up and down roller coaster ride, which most of the time has been on the way downwards. But recently it has been even more downwards because I'm not really paying much attention to this e-commerce brand as some of the other brands, and also for the e-commerce clients under my Google Ads agency, Euro Marketing, which if you're currently doing $30,000 or more per month in revenue, you need a little bit of extra help scaling to the next level. Go on my website at euromarketing.com and book a free call with me to see how we can possibly work together and make that happen. But overall, this brand did a very good job. But what you will be surprised to understand is from the beginning with this e-commerce brand alone, I did mostly no free shipping. So during this time period, when you see that I did $203,000 total revenue, there was no free shipping. During this time period when I did a 6.8x ROAS with $358,000 in revenue, there was no free shipping. So before this time period with my other e-commerce brand, I definitely used to believe that the free shipping was the way to go, but as time went on, I understood that free shipping is no longer a viable option because of increasing advertising costs. I mean, that's the whole reason why the ROAS started to dip, because the advertising cost was going through the roof and more competitors were starting to use Google Ads. It just did not make sense to offer free shipping. But here's the interesting thing. If we now go ahead and look at this cost column and we actually change it to conversion rate right there and just look at the conversion rate column, even though the conversion rate dropped slightly from these two good months down here, it was still a pretty decent number and it was very steady during this time period. So what that kind of means is, even though I was not really offering free shipping at all from the beginning with this e-commerce brand, conversion rates were still at adequate levels. Now, some of you might look at this and think that this is a very low conversion rate. However, keep in mind my average order value during this time period was anywhere from $150 all the way up to $500, even up to $1,000, because this e-commerce brand is more on the higher ticket range. But this is not the only e-commerce brand where there's essentially no free shipping. If we now go on over to my Euro Marketing website, which is my Google Ads agency's website, and look at this case study, because I don't directly have access to this e-commerce brand's back end anymore for various reasons, we can see that this brand, which I worked with late last year from October all the way up to December, and basically a little bit of January as well, this brand did roughly a 20x ROAS. So we spent only $7,900 back to make back $153,000 in total revenue. Again, a higher ticket brand, and you might be surprised to find out that this e-commerce brand did not charge free shipping for any of its products as well. Because these products were higher ticket items, they also had a little bit of extra weight to them, and it did not make sense profitability wise to just endure the shipping costs. Because again, that's no way to build a real e-commerce brand, by just offering free shipping to everybody and their dog. So if you are one of those e-commerce brands that are currently offering free shipping, you need to stop offering free shipping. But what should you be doing instead if you're not offering free shipping? Let's go ahead and take a look at one of my most famous examples of 3D printers, because as you know, for whatever reason, I'm just in love with 3D printers, which I too have not yet found out why. But if we go ahead and look at one of the major brands coming up in the front for this very competitive product, which is 3D printers, this store right here, Prusa Research, and go over and see exactly how they have laid things out. We can see right at the very top, it says that the shipping overall is free from basically this product right here cost about $50 or more to ship. And keep in mind, this product is already $800. So they're charging about $50 or so to ship within the United States for this individual product. And if we now change this to basically another country, so let's say for example, we change this to Australia right here and go ahead and click save, we can see just how the overall shipping changes. And for the zip code, we're just gonna write a random zip code of 3005. So once we do that, hit save, we can see it changes to $87. But you will not be surprised to find out that this brand is one of the most successful brands when it comes to Google Ads, especially for this specific category of products right here, which is again 3D printers and all sorts of stuff related to 3D printers. And again, this is not something that they just started doing suddenly. It has been this way for the longest time ever. If you look at some of my old videos where I showcase this brand, you will see that they always have charged for shipping, and that's just the way this brand works. In addition, if you look at their lead time, it does take about 2 to 3 weeks for this product even to leave their warehouse. So despite having a slower than average shipping time, despite charging extraordinary amounts, because I believe $50, $80 is a pretty high amount, despite charging that, they're able to be successful when it comes to Google Ads. So free shipping, again, if you want to build a sustainable e-commerce brand in 2022 and 2023 and onwards, it's not the way to go. Because again, not only does it, number one, cut into your overall profitability, because with the recession that we're dealing with, and again, depending on when you're watching this video, the recession might be hitting a bit differently, but we can see that the overall cost for product sourcing and everything related to that is increasing across the board. Now, this is not directly due to the recession, but mainly because of the inflation within the United States. But in addition, shipping costs are also increasing. I mean, if you follow Amazon, you know that Amazon's FBA service actually increased their FBA fees by around 30 cents per order. Now, that might not seem like a big deal to you, but when it comes to every single order, if you're selling thousands and thousands of products every single day, every single month with Amazon FBA, that takes a big hit on you. And they're not doing this for just a random reason. Amazon itself is doing it because they too are facing these increased costs when it comes to the overall shipping, when it comes to the overall handling time. So the overall cost, it just does not make sense financially for you to continue offering free shipping on these products. But in addition to that, the main reason why you should start charging for shipping is because, as you saw right here, the conversion rates do not get impacted at all, if there is any impact, when you start charging for shipping versus offering free shipping. I mean, there were times with this e-commerce brand that I was actually trying out free shipping, but what I noticed is overall trend for the shipping, for the conversion rate, stayed very, very steady. It did not increase significantly. It did not decrease significantly at all. That kind of gave me the understanding that just charging for shipping doesn't make a big difference, because at the end of the day, if somebody wants your products, they're gonna buy that product regardless of whether you charge $2 of shipping for it or $5. Now, of course, if you sell a $30 product and then you charge $60 for shipping, then that's a different story. But if you sell a product that's around $30, you charge $2 or $3 for shipping, or if you sell a product that's worth $300 and then you charge $5 or $10 for shipping, it doesn't really make too much of a big difference, but you have to make sure this difference and this ratio between the shipping fee and the actual product cost, it's not too different from each other. Because again, if there's too big of a difference with the ratio, that is gonna make a big impact on whether you find success with this kind of strategy or not. But in addition, the third and most important reason why you should start charging for shipping, I'm gonna be very honest, you will end up losing just a little bit, maybe 0.5% of the overall population that wants to actually buy your products. But the thing is, with this population that you just lost, these were those cheapskate people anyways who were just looking for that quick deal, just looking to get free shipping and getting the lowest possible price available in the market for that given product. And I don't know about you, but I would rather not deal with these kinds of individuals in the first place, because these are the people more prone to doing chargebacks. These are the people more prone to acting like Karens in your inboxes and your calls when they call you in for customer service. So I would rather not deal with these Karens. I would rather not have my team members dealing with these individuals, just wasting my time, energy, and effort trying to get their few cents in with profit. So what you end up doing when you start charging for shipping is make it harder for these Karens to kind of enter in and actually buy your products. And as a result, you get a much more higher quality audience type and a much better audience in general that wants to not only buy from you one time, but also buy from you multiple times if you're able to provide the results that they were expecting. And again, that's how shipping costs really helps you kind of filter out that bad part of the audience. But again, in 2022, 2023 and onwards, stop doing free shipping. It's not really an ideal way to go. I know I'm doing this for my own e-commerce brands as well as my client e-commerce brands under my Google Ads agency, Your Marketing, which again, no more free shipping. I'm charging just a little bit no matter what that number is, because I want to increase my overall profits, I want to increase my average order values, and I want to get higher audience types to be entering into my funnel. But again, if you're doing $30,000 or more per month in revenue, go on my website and book a free call with me to see how we can make that happen. But if you found any type of value in this video, make sure to destroy the like button and destroy that subscribe button, and watch any of these 2 videos right in front of my face if you want to take your brand to the next level. And I will see you in my next video.